no flippy floppy lights.
Thank you.
Oh, that's cool. Hello everyone, it's Japbox Jacob here, and as you can see, we are back at the hill climbs today for the Victorian Hill Climb Championship. I'm currently here to spectate Kel Sends and Seananigans as they compete in the Victorian Hill Climb at Haunted Hills, also known as Bryant Park. As usual, we've got a nice lineup. We've got some hot hatches, as well as some VTEC powered beasts. There's a great variety at this one. Even some WRXs are out. So I didn't get a proper chance to show you guys this track the last time I was here in 2021. So I'm going to use this time to give you guys a good idea of the layout and how this operates. As you can see, the pits are pretty easy to access from the start. And unlike Camperdown, there is so much more vantage. It becomes pretty easy to see the whole track and get all the way around. Right over there, they've got like a little viewing area and probably a canteen. And then right down the main straight going down this way, you'll see cars will just start to spiral down, and the layout they're running is different. Instead of going straight down that way, they're taking the back end up here. There's a varying elevation up there as well. It gets a bit sketchy up there, but it gets even sketchier coming up here, which is why they're not running it this way. And then they kind of spiral back around, and then they finish the track off like this, right back up there. Ooh, you know it's fun. I think the reason they're turning right from the start instead of going straight on is because at that very back end where it loops around, if you take it that way, it actually goes down, it dips, and then you have an instant hard right turn. And it can be a bit brutal, especially if you're taking it at speed and you don't brake or know the braking zone for it. I think, in my opinion, that's probably one of the reasons they call this place Haunted Hills, because that area kind of takes its toll on people. Sounds like a Subaru coming up. Yep, it's a Subaru WRX. Eagle Eye, I think it's called. Oh no, Stink Eye. Yes, literally at that point. Then right there, he's gonna come through. So over that crest, that's the start line right there. Got a Volkswagen up taking the track as well. You can actually kind of see a lot better, like the back end of the track is probably a lot better from here. And you can hear, I think that sounds like a Honda that's coming up around the corner. Yeah, alright, that's what it's called. Mental. Absolutely mental. You can kind of see there's the back end there behind the trees. As you get closer, it's like easier to see. It has that massive arch at the top, then it goes down. And you can see the car coming back up here a lot slower. And I'll show you the reason why. And there's Kel, I think. Picking up a bit more speed. Takes it slow through there. And picks up speed in the uphill. Right over the crest. Have a look over here real quick. They have a little bit of a bend before that point, but then you have a straightaway. And as you come down here, it curves and it dips really like low. Even the Scirocco R, like his body kind of like flexed at that corner a little bit. And if you're doing it the other way, trying to get grip again and enough angle to turn without hitting that tire wall is very difficult. To minimize risk, I would assume they wouldn't run it this way, going straight down. Oh, this thing, you know. I would love a cappuccino like this. For a second I thought I was seeing a reflection here, because if you look over there, oh, and he also has air fresheners in his car too, so that, I can't believe I didn't see that till now. Oh. This is a different perspective of the track. So we've seen the starting line and you've seen the main few sections, but one place I haven't been before is the back section, which you can kind of see here. This is like towards the finish line of the track. This kind of proves my point of how like accessible this track is. So while from where I'm standing you can't really see the cars coming down from the start line, you can see where they end up. You can see where that little jump is. You can even see this towards the back end. This is the final sweep. After that hairpin, he'll come around the next one down here where this tree is. There you go. And then that heads back. Right back up to the pits. Bryant Park is a prime example of a really accessible track for both the drivers and the spectators. So even if you wanted to get any angle that you wanted to of the track, you don't even need to go on track to get those good angles. You could literally get there by walking around either side. There's also some car parks up there as well. People can just drive up there. Saves you from having to walk all the way from one side to the other. And that's where I was before. It looks like from here, if you want to go and see the back wall, you'd probably have to be an official on the track to be able to get there. But you can get up to here. This is like the furthest you can get. There you can get a bit closer, but I don't think you can really get around this area. Maybe if you go like back up the car park and back around. I think maybe from there you might be able to get to that paddock there. It's a bit bushier there. One of the questions I was curious about is how are people going to know if there's a hazard on track, if they have like a manned like flag person on each section. But it looks like they've got these little lights that are automatic, so I think when they flick a button it'll alert everyone on track. There goes the Corolla Faker. So yeah, those little yellow lights will flick on if there's a hazard and people will stop. I reckon if I had to rate this track, I'd say it rates fairly highly compared to the others I've been to. If I had to put a score to it, I'd say around the 8.5 out of 10. It is an awesome track. So much elevation changes, so much like tight corners, small straights, but at the same time it's just a really challenging one and a very entertaining one to watch. Look at the view. I think the view is definitely worth the amount of energy output. So now I've recorded, I think, the third run for Kelly and Sean. So now I'm going to go and put the camera away. I'm going to go and fire up the barbecue, make some food. So we brought a table. Actually, you brought a table. And she's not telling us how to set it up, so we got to figure it out. This is just a guesswork.
Look at this. Look at that.
So I feel like they go somewhere. Oh, I see, because there's holes at the bottom. This table looks like table. Now look, I don't think we would count as tradies, but we don't have a level or anything. But I think this should work.
Maybe. It's not moving it. I hope so. That's good enough. You might charge after.
I could do it. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Yeah, there's the 31. Wow, our engineering skills are perfect. Could have done this from the beginning.
Oi!
Oi! It's
Nothing
level.
like engineering, mate.
Oh, hell yeah. Cole's engineering. That's mad.
I'm like, I'll see what the insurance says, because like that's kind of why you got insurance for.
Classic corner. Proper race car. I'm curious. I actually haven't checked the scores, so we'll go see if we can find the sheet and find Sean and Kelly's times. Number 87, Kelly. 77.49. Sean Brown's at top of class at the moment with, he started 76.40. Now he's at 71.12. Just a kind of update before I forget. So the last run has just gone through and Kelly shaved 3 seconds off her time, which is a pretty big improvement. If you saw the chart before, Sean was constantly chipping away and got a 71.1. And his last run, he didn't get close to it, but 71.1 became his best score. And then Kelly is now, I think it was like a 73 or 74-ish, so she's like shaved at least 3 seconds off, which is pretty good. So at the end of the day, she could end up either third or fourth, and Sean is still best in class for the run, which is quite surprising. He's been on a streak for quite a while now, actually, which is quite interesting.